Hey guys, it's Maria with Wheels for Wishes, and on this episode of Shop Talk, we're here at the Volkswagen Owners Group of Newfoundland for their meet at Starbucks Paradise, and then we're going to go over to Dave's to check out his insane bug build. Hey guys, it's Maria, and we just left the little Germany meet. Now I'm here with Dave in his garage to check out his insane bug. How's it going?
Good.
Good, not bad.
Good.
If you wouldn't mind giving us a little tour of this project of yours.
Well, what would you like to know? I mean, I guess I had it for the past, I'm thinking 17 years. I bought it from a friend of mine. It was a Baja bug at the time. It came up from Florida. I kind of drove it, not legally, but I drove it for about a few months during the summer, and then I decided I didn't like Baja bugs, so I had to do something different, and it was already cut, so I turned it into this.
Your own twist on things.
Yeah. Well, I seen a few online that I kind of liked. It was at the very beginning of the Volkswagen thing, like when it all first started. I seen a couple of really nice ones that were done, and so I said, oh, that's pretty cool. I gotta have one. So, like I said, I don't know how long, maybe, what do they say, 16 years? Okay. 16 years later, I'm still trying to get it done, but, you know, I work away a lot, so every time I'm home I do a little bit. And so anyway, it started out as a 73, I think. Okay. I traded all the Baja gear to a guy in Alberta for the oval window roof and the front hood. This is not the hood. I'm after going through like 5 or 6 hoods. So to
find one you like?
To find one that was perfect. And this is still not perfect, but it'll be okay. It's the last one I'm buying. But yeah, so I asked the help of Tony Fitz to give me a hand do the roof chop. I traded him off with, I think it was an old Yamaha XS650, whatever he wanted with that, I don't know. He's a hot rod guy. So. Okay. But anyway, he liked it and he wanted to have it, and so that's what I did. I traded off. I asked Tony to come do the chop, and I give him the bike, and that's how that got done. So him and his friend Glenn, oh, don't remember Glenn's name. That's a sin. I love Glenn though. But anyway, him and Glenn came up and they took care of the roof for me, got it down where it needed to be. I asked them to change it a few times. It wasn't low enough, but that turned out like this. I mean, you know, from there, I actually sold it about a year later to a friend of mine on Torben Road. Phil Fowler bought it from me. Actually, I traded it for a Triumph motorcycle. Okay. Because I was moving away to Alberta at the time, so I traded him the motorcycle, or the bug, and I took the motorcycle to Alberta with me, where I sold it. And 3 years later, I moved home. I went to visit Phil, and it was still sitting there in the backyard, right where you left it? Well, not really. He did do some more work on it. Okay. And but it was in pretty hard shape. All the floors were rotted. Somebody backed into the back end of it, and I said, Phil, what are you doing with it? He said, I'm going to cut it up tomorrow and bring it to the dump. I said, oh, okay. So I called the tow truck. And I brought it to my mother's house because I didn't have anywhere to live at the time. I was just staying with my mother because we just moved back from Alberta. And so I did that. I brought it to my mom's and left it in her yard for about a year until we got our own place. And then I brought it here and I started working on it. So I started redoing everything that I already had done, kind of, because all the floors, like I said, were rotted out. And then every trip I go on, I have nothing to do in the nighttime, sitting in hotels, bored to death. So I get online, I flick through, and then, you know, oh, dude got a sunroof in it. So, well, I like that.
Sunroof.
I think I'm going to do sunroof. So we do a sunroof, and then, oh, guy got this done. That sounds like a good idea. And next thing you know, I'm, you know, let's say when I traded it to Phil, he did, before I left to go to Alberta, he had it ready for paint, right? It never did get painted, but he had it ready for paint. So this car was almost finished, right?
Yeah.
And, you know, but then when I came back from after 3 years, everything had to be redone again because it was just left outside for so long, which is kind of a sin, but I'm glad it was.
You rescued it from going to
well, because otherwise
dump, so.
I wouldn't have it anymore. Like,
Yeah.
you know, it probably would have changed hands a few times and stuff like, you know how things go around here, and, you know, people trade things off, they sell things off. But anyway, I got it, and I started working on it again. God, what have I done? I sectioned it. I said I need to get it a little bit lower. So I cut the body all the way around, and I dropped it down over top of its own rockers again. And I made up some new, like, inner door rocker parts here. I don't know what they're called, technically. But I made those up, and I dropped it all around, and I welded it all back up. I made a new back parcel tray area, and that all had to be lifted up because now she's down 3 inches more on the body. I had to raise it up. Everything had to come up. So that came up. I ordered new inner fenders here, are all brand new, but it all had to come up. So I had to cut everything out 3 inches above where it was normally. So I did that. I cut it all out and I pieced it all back together. And then it looked too plain. It looked like, in my mind, it looked like somebody just took the fenders off a BuG, and, you know, and I think I needed to do something. So I added this little bead around, and it's just a brake line, like a steel brake line that I welded in there just to give it a little something more.
So you did all the welding yourself?
Unfortunately, I did. Yeah, except for the roof. Like I said, Tony Fitz and Phil's auto body shop out there took care of the roof for me, and that was all done. I haven't touched anything with the roof since.
Okay.
And it's still pretty good. Inside, I want to cut out some things and fix it up a bit. But anyway, I got all that welded in, and because the guy dented the back deck lid, I wanted to have a deck lid on this, but because he dented it, and it's kind of hard to get one, I decided just to weld the deck lid in.
Okay. So
that's what I did. I cut everything out from underneath, and I welded it in, trimmed out for my carburetors. I bought like huge air filters, so the looks like the engine's sticking out of the car, almost like a Hot Wheels or something like that. Something stupid anyway. Right?
It's definitely going to be
it's not
one
stupid,
of a kind.
it's not mine.
Yeah.
So, anyway, and then I've done this like 4 times. I welded this in, and I couldn't decide if I wanted to close it in here or leave it all open and with just this little piece. First time I did it, nothing fit. I put the motor in, it didn't fit.
Okay.
Because of the exhaust. So I ended up having to trim these all up again and put all these pieces in again, and just to fit the exhaust. And right here my pulleys were hitting. So I had to make all this up again for like, I think it was 3 times I tried that.
Is the exhaust going to come straight up through?
No. I have like little pea shooters, like 4, I don't know what you call it. It's like little headers, like 4 pipes that come out the side. So they'll come up on the outside of here, like you got your tail lights are here, and then you got your next exhaust tube, and then you have another exhaust tube just below.
Okay.
And the motor I chose for is an 1835. I got it off a friend of mine, so that was pretty cool. I just rebuilt it last week. I'm on the fence. I want to do a blower, and I don't want to do a blower, right? Because I already have the holes cut for the carburetors.
Okay,
so I don't know if I want to do a blower. If I do a blower, it would sit like right here, which would be totally retarded. I don't know if that's politically correct, but it would be crazy looking.
It'd be crazy, yeah.
But I also have these cool carburetors that are going to stick up on either side, which, you know, I kind of like carburetors.
Okay.
But I mean, blowers are, like I said, I'm on the fence. I don't know. It could be anything.
In the moment type decision?
Yeah. So in a month's time, it could all change again. I don't know what else. I still have to decide on the interior. I don't know what I'm going to do. All along I wanted to do like bomber seats and things like that. But I've recently changed my mind. So, but I don't know. It could still happen.
Yeah.
You know? I don't know. I always change my mind.
We'll have to wait and find out.
Yeah, and like I said, because it's taken me so long, everything changes. Like this thing's been cut up so many times, it's unreal. Like cut it apart. Yeah, I don't like this. Cut it off. Put it back on. Put it off. Put it on. So if I don't get it done soon, it might end up being cut up again and changed again. You know what I mean? So, but anyway, I don't know what else to tell you.
What kind of rims do you have on this?
The
Wheels?
rims are, let me look, US wheels.
Okay.
They're steel wheels. I bought them. They came with chips and cracks and stuff like that. So I complained a little bit, and they sent me a whole new set. They didn't want the old ones back. Didn't ask me to cut them up or anything like that. So they're on my dune buggy.
Okay, so you got 2 sets.
So I got 2 sets for the price of one, which is awesome.
Okay.
Dune buggy, I don't care what they look like on that. But this one, I put the better set on this. 32 Ford 4-inch drop I-beam axle. SoCal shocks, SoCal really nice bat wings and stuff like that. Stainless steel, what are they called? Hairpins? I don't know. That's American talk. I don't know. I know German stuff, so it's kind of hard mixing in between. SoCal bits that I got there. I picked those up when I was working in Sacramento one time. I said I'm going to stop in and see if I can get a deal, which I didn't get a deal. But,
you never will.
But I couldn't leave without it.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I bought that all one shot, and I think I traveled with it for 4 months in my suitcase.
Oh,
all
wow.
that gear was in my suitcase for about 4 months. I got a friend of mine in California who's an incredible artist, Chris Pitt. He goes to all the shows doing pinstriping, all the Rat Fink reunions and things like that. I bought 2 shift knobs off him.
Talented by the looks of that.
Oh man, he's awesome. Great guy, real nice. Finally, it's rolling.
Yeah.
So that's kind of cool.
That's a step.
I can push it out in the driveway sometimes and blow the dust off it.
Yeah.
Pretend it's something.